Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. I'm Connie, and this is the place that you can come to be empowered to live the life that you imagine for yourself. What do you do when you know you have to face reality, but you're afraid? It's hard to have conversations that we don't want to have. It's hard to face the fact, the reality that we're in debt. It's hard to face the reality that we're in an unhappy marriage or that we're unhappy being alone. These are all things that are not comfortable to face. And that's why we prolong them. That's why we put them off, or we hide them, or we run from them, or we turn the other cheek, or whatever your method is. It's normal because we've all done it. I definitely have done it. It was 2008 and the recession had just started, and we were living the high life. We were living in a resort, very expensive resort town, and driving brand new off the lot cars and a lovely resort home. And we even had a triplex. All these wonderful things were happening because we were in debt up to here. And we weren't facing reality. We were living far beyond our means. We were afraid. I was afraid. I was afraid if I didn't have the new outfit on and the spider coat when I went skiing, what would my neighbors think? I wouldn't have any friends if they saw me driving a beater car versus a brand new Sequoia. I was afraid to just be who I was. I was afraid to just be like, yep, here I am. We're broke. Yay. I was afraid to even admit that we were broke. And so I turned. I didn't want to face that reality. And that reality came knocking at my door. And it was big and ugly. And it was a giant monster at this point because it had grown so big that I couldn't hide it in the closet anymore. It was a few months after the recession, and my husband was in mortgages. So he lost his job. And so things went from bad to worse. And I was at the computer paying our bills. And as usual, we didn't have enough money in our account to cover all of our bills for the month. And so I did what I usually did. And I went to the HELOC, that's a home equity line of credit. I told you it was bad. To transfer money from there to pay our credit cards. Yeah, I was borrowing money to pay back money I had borrowed. I told you I was running, hiding. I did not want to face reality. And it came up on the computer, declined. All accounts frozen. I had a noose around my neck that just tightened. I felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest, and all I could think about was, what are we going to do? How will we feed our kids, literally? What are we going to do? Running and hiding and not facing my reality cost me my house, my rental property, my brand new car, and it almost cost me my marriage. Because see, I was pointing all of my fingers at my husband, saying it was his fault, and he was pointing all of his fingers at me, saying it was my fault, and we still were not accepting the responsibility that each of us played in getting in this mess. And I was crying in the bedroom one night, seeing that my marriage was crumbling, and I just thought, I don't want to lose him. I don't want to be divorced. I love this man more than I love money or my stuff. I went upstairs and he was in the kitchen, I put my arms around him and I said, I will love you in the van down by the river, but I love you no matter what. It was that moment in time that we came together as a couple and realized what was really important, and we realized that what was important to us was each other and our marriage. And we faced that demon of the debt together. We short sold the house and foreclosed on the investment property, and we sold those fancy cars and got some 20-year-old ones. And yeah, some of my friends had a problem with that, and they're not my friends anymore, because by facing my reality, I grew stronger. I grew closer with my husband, and I found out what was important to me. Because you can run, but you can't run forever. And whatever you're hiding from is just getting bigger. So whatever you're putting off, just face it. Just face it. Because the longer you hide, the more painful the lesson will be. If you like this message or you have any questions, give it a thumbs up and leave some comments below. I'm always here to help. And as always, please subscribe.